welcome back to Talkoffame podcast. I'm Kylie Montigney. I'm so glad you're here. Today's episode, we're welcoming back Francesca Tarantino. She's a pop rock artist from Orlando, Florida, celebrating her powerful vocals, dynamic guitar work, and a sound that fuses classic rock roots with modern pop energy. Emerging as one of the most exciting rising performers in the independent music scene, she's earned recognition for her bold songwriting, magnetic stage presence, and rapidly growing catalog of original music. Her work has been featured across multiple media outlets, spotlighting her momentum and distinct artistic voice. Welcome back to the show, Francesca. I'm so excited to have you back on, and thank you for joining us again.
I'm so excited to be here, so thank you for having me. I'm very excited.
Absolutely. So, what's been going on with you? I know it's kind of been a while since we last talked, but what's been going on? Anything new?
I've been really busy and I just released my current single called Stay Anyway, so that was a really fun project to work on. I've been writing, I've been performing at so many gigs and just, staying on the grind, writing, practicing, trying to get better as much as I can and playing as many shows as I can.
Because I see all over social media you've been playing shows and concerts in baseball, football games and all that. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so busy. I'm like, how do you stay doing it all? That's crazy.
I don't really know. I keep a calendar and I make to-do lists every day and calendar definitely helps, but I love honestly being busy is fun for me. It's like
I
a
know, I honestly, for me, I love being busy than rather being bored. That literally drives me insane.
I agree.
For anyone who is just getting to know you or discovering you, how would you typically describe yourself or your sound or typically music per se?
Well, I think when you listen to my music, it sounds very pop rockish, I think is the best genre I can put it in. I
Mhm.
love melodic things, I love solos, I love relatable lyrics, and I kind of put that all in together into my sound, which I don't really know how to describe it. I feel like I've kind of paved my own way with all my different influences, but the best way I can describe it in a bucket is pop rock.
No, I literally, for me, that's something we have in common is punk rock. For
Love
me, the only thing I listen to is classic rock or anything rock for some reason.
I agree.
Do
It's
you do the
great.
same, listen to all, classic rock and all that?
I do. I've been on a classic rock kick recently. It's just
Me too,
something in the
actually.
music just does something for my soul.
I know, for me too, who's your favorite artist or songs? Because I'm kind of curious now, who is your favorites?
Well, right now I love My Chemical Romance, which is quite emo, but I listen to all types of rock like we said, and for some reason they are the only emo rock that I actually like, but I love them. So I've been listening to a lot of My Chemical Romance recently, and I love like the Eagles, I love Aerosmith, I love Kiss. Kiss is my favorite band.
Kiss is
And I
one
love
of
the
my
band.
favorites too.
Love them. And I also love the band ELO. I think some of their songs are so like just classic and there's just so much good stuff out there.
There is. For me, I love Kiss. What's your favorite song by Kiss, by the way?
My favorite song by Kiss is probably Detroit Rock City. It's the song that
That's a really
actually
good song.
it was probably the song that made me want to start playing guitar and everything. So it just like I wouldn't be in the music world without it, I don't think.
I
So
know. For
it's a
me,
very
I was
special place in my
probably
heart.
my favorite song. That's probably my favorite. I was made for loving you.
That's a good one too.
But I
Just
would say that's
such
my
good
favorite.
classics.
There's one other song that I love. Rock and Roll All Night. I like that one too.
I do that one at every single one of my gigs. I close my show with it. It's such a great and fun song, and everyone knows it. It's so easy to
And
sing
plus,
along
that's a
to.
thing, for people to sing along, kind of like a
Yeah,
little bit of Sweet Caroline, make people always
exactly.
get pumped up a little bit, or
Exactly.
Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer.
I agree. Same thing.
Do you like Def Leppard?
I honestly, I don't not like them, but I just don't listen to them. I
Mm,
honestly couldn't even name like five songs. They've just never really been on my radar per se.
really? For me, Def Leppard is actually my favorite band. I've seen them
Really?
around 5 times already, and I'm just I never get bored. I was like, give me all the money to go see Def Leppard, or something. But they were just in Vegas. I was so mad because I wanted to go, but they just ended at least a month or two ago.
Yeah, my parents never really played Def Leppard around the house, so it just never really got in my ear, and then I guess I never picked it up. But I
Yeah,
do
like
need
my
to
mom
listen
was
again.
actually obsessed with Def Leppard ever since she was
Really?
like a kid. She kind of grew up around like that point, like Def Leppard with Springfield and all of that. So as I got older, she mostly played like around pop music or whatever for me, like Beyonce, Ariana Grande, like those type of people. Then as I got older, she got me addicted to like Def Leppard and all of that. I'm like,
Yeah.
what's the difference between playing pop when I was like 5 years old to now playing classic rock and when I'm 19 years old now?
Real. But the you're very much like your parents' influence, like our main like genre and what we listen to is always what our parents used to play
I
around the
know
house.
exactly. Like my dad is like a more, like a classic rock fan, like the Rolling Stones. He likes AC/DC. What is
It's
other
what you
band he
listen to
likes? He
growing up
likes
that
also
you end up
Poison,
liking.
in which
Yeah.
I've seen Brad Michaels a few times. He's also very good.
So cool. So great. So great.
Like for you, like do you have like an actual favorite band? Is it Kiss? Like I know you kind of said that a little bit before.
Favorite band probably would be Kiss, but My Chemical Romance is probably very closely behind, I would say.
That
But
like
Kiss is
for
definitely
me,
close.
it's like there's nobody that can live up to Kiss for some
Yeah.
reason. Like I'm low key obsessed with Gene Simmons for some reason.
Me too. Iconic. I went to their show and I did his face paint, and my brother was Paul Stanley, so
Oh my God,
so
that's
great.
amazing. I also love Paul
So good.
Stanley too, not gonna lie. Like
He's
those two are probably
great.
my favorite out of the
Yeah.
band.
So good.
So to go over to kind of your blend, like you kind of blend a little bit of, pop and classic rock. Like I know you kind of said you had a lot of inspiration growing up with your parents and all of that, but where did that really influence you in doing like pop and classic rock performing?
Well, I guess the main place would really just be my parents. I mean, growing up, they always played classic rock music around the house. And then when I got a little bit older, like maybe like when I hit double digits, like tens and stuff, my mom probably started playing more of the pop stuff. And then it just started being a blend of both. Like it was either
Hmm.
classic rock or like things like Beyonce or like, I don't even know, Katy Perry occasionally.
Hmm.
Like it was all just very random, two totally different genres, but they were just always being played. And then I guess when I grew up and I started writing music, I just realized that I wanted a little bit of both. And it was never really completely one or the other. It was just a blend of both because that was what I listened to growing up and it's just what my ear liked. So
Hmm.
it's just what I used to listen to when I was younger and it just paved the way for my ear in writing.
Like, do you like country music too, or no? Or is it always like pop and classic rock?
Country is definitely not my main thing, and I
Hmm.
definitely don't write country. Occasionally, I'll put on I for some reason Wagon Wheel is like my
That is a good
every
song,
song.
Wagon
I
Wheel.
don't really know why, it just makes me so happy, but that's probably the only country song I listen to.
Really? For me,
Yeah.
it's like my top three is pop, country, and classic rock. Like
Yeah.
I'll either listen to all three. Like for me, it's like I love Ariana Grande. In terms of pop, I feel like that's who I listened to most growing up was her and also Justin Bieber.
Me
And a
too.
little bit of
Yes, me
Beyonce
too.
as well. I feel like I listened to those three the most in terms of
Definitely.
pop when I was like growing up.
Yeah. They're like some of the biggest pop icons, so definitely.
I know, and Ariana Grande is going on tour too.
I
But I
heard,
think
I
she's going
know.
through like New York or something. I forget where tour dates where she's going to, but it's like they're so expensive.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, she hasn't, I don't even remember the last time she went on tour, and she's
Like it's
been
been
doing
a
the whole
few
acting
years.
thing, so it's like a big deal she's coming
I
back.
know. It's like I think all shows are like sold out or something, I
Yeah,
think.
I bet. I
Like,
bet. I'm
but
not
I'm not
surprised.
surprised. Like even if they like aren't sold out, the ticket prices I literally had to check now. But
Insane.
they're literally so expensive.
Yeah, not fun.
No, I was like, bro, I've been wanting to see her since I was born. I'm like, now it's so expensive. I'm like, please go on tour again for cheaper or
No,
something. Like,
no.
please. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. But since you grew up in Orlando, like what kind of music were you kind of surrounded by? Was it always kind of like all those three, or were kind of like interested in kind of everything, basically?
Well, honestly, that's a good question. I was born in Pennsylvania and I lived in Pennsylvania
Wait,
and
really?
yes, when
I
I
didn't
turned
even know
8.
that because I live in Pennsylvania. I
Oh my
didn't
God,
even know
really?
that.
That's
Yeah.
so funny. Small world.
Like,
But
where did you grow up in Pennsylvania?
I lived in the Lehigh Valley, which I think is more on the right side of the state,
Yeah,
which
that's like an hour from me. I'm in the Scramble Square area.
Oh my God, that's so
That's
cool. That's
crazy.
actually, for some reason, so many people I meet in the music business are always like either we're in Pennsylvania or are from Pennsylvania. It's
I
like
know
such a weird
exactly. I
coincidence.
feel like there's a lot of people that come out of like Pennsylvania, like for example, Taylor Swift.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't, it's like Pennsylvania just, people get tired of Pennsylvania and they're like, oh, I want to do something in the music. And then here we are.
Yeah, or just like LA, Nashville, or sometimes in Florida also. But
Yep,
it feels like it's always like Nashville or like LA or something.
exactly. Agreed. But, oh, what was the question? I forget.
And the music, like what were some of your favorite music growing up?
Oh, we get so sidetracked talking
I
about
know
music,
exactly. It's a good thing now. It's a
but that's
good thing
good.
rather than bad thing.
Yeah, but anyway, I basically lived half of my life so far in Pennsylvania and half of my life in Florida. I
Mhm,
feel like in Florida it's definitely more of a pop realm, so I feel like I got
mhm.
more of the pop vibe from there, and also some rap surprisingly, but that hasn't really paved the way for me, but I definitely got introduced to rap when I moved here, but that's not really my thing. And in Pennsylvania, it was really all just classic rock for me,
Mhm,
and some pop. So I guess I don't really know if living in those places ended up actually changing what I listened to. I
mhm.
feel like it was mainly just my family who made that happen. Maybe if I lived in like Nashville or somewhere southern, not Florida, that actually was more of like a country place, that would definitely change it for me.
Yeah, like
But
it
I
also depends on like where you live. Because sometimes like Florida is sometimes always southern, depending on where you are.
exactly. So, but I'm not in that southern part, so it's not really, there's not a lot of country stuff here. It's
It
mainly
feels
just
like
like
it's
pop.
mostly like pop down there for some reason.
Definitely, definitely. And then when you get even more south, it gets more to like Spanish music, like
Oh,
in
Spanish,
Miami
like
and stuff.
Hispanic, like
Yeah,
Mexican
there's
type
a
of
lot
music.
of different stuff in Florida. It's
No,
actually
there
crazy.
is like Hispanic, like it's a
Yeah,
little bit of everything. Since there's a lot of people that immigrate to Florida that are like
exactly.
Hispanic and all that, you hear literally everything, I swear. I
Exactly.
was there a month ago in Florida and
Hmm.
I was like in the St. Pete, like I was there in Clearwater for a few days and then I was in Fort Lauderdale, Miami area for a few
Yeah,
days. I literally both sides are like so different. I was like, how do people live on both sides with different
I
music? I
know.
was like, how do you
It's
live like
crazy. It's such like it's not that big of a state, but it's I guess it's just very tall, and then like depending on where you are, it's so different. Like all the way at the top is like I don't know, country people because you're closer to Georgia, and then a little bit
this?
farther you get like the pop, and then all the way down you get like the Spanish. It's like it's
Yeah,
all
it's
so
mostly
different.
Spanish, like closer to I feel like Miami area.
Yep, it's all so different, but it's funny. It's like
It's
a little
crazy. And I'm like, okay, like you get everything a little bit down there,
exactly.
which is crazy, but in a good way. So to go back into like your routine, like if like what is kind of like your certain routine that you follow when you're writing or in the moment of inspiration when you're kind of making songs?
When I'm writing, it's actually pretty much always very different. But for me, I actually notice that when I sit down and force myself to write a song, it never ends up as good as to when I actually just am doing something and then something inspires me or like a melody pops in my head. And then I build off of that and then I write the song in 5 minutes and it ends up like amazing. But the
Hmm.
songs that I actually need to think about and like, I don't know, force out of myself, they never end up as good. So
Hmm.
what typically
I feel
happens
like
for
the
me
more forced it is, the less good it is.
exactly. Like I feel like it's the same with anything creative. Like when you're painting, if you just have an idea, throw it on and then it's done. Like it's great. Or like writing something. I feel like everything just has to come from the heart and you can't just force it out of you, you know? Um,
Hmm.
so I feel like for me, I start with maybe like a song title or a melody
Hmm.
or maybe like a concept, and then I just build off of that, and it's never the same process. So I can't even tell you like if it's lyrics first or if it's the music first. It's all so different for me. So
Hmm.
I can't really give you a good answer other than it just always comes from something that pops in my heart, not even my
Hmm.
head, in my heart. It really comes from the heart and then I just build on that and it always just comes out of me so fast when I just let it happen.
Yeah, I feel like everybody is like so different. I feel like for some people it's kind of like, oh, I write first. Or
Agreed.
next it's like I literally think about it and then sing it. I'm like, how do you even do that, bro? Like, how is that even
Everyone's
possible?
different,
But
you
for
know.
everyone, it's so different.
Yeah. Everyone has a creative process, so I honestly get it. It's so crazy though, all the different ways because it's just crazy.
You know, it's like it's crazy how different people work. You
Yeah,
know, it's like
it's
some are good and some are bad, but I'm just like, You do you. I'm like, you do you.
Um,
As long as it's good for
Very
you, then that's
fascinating.
the most important thing.
Agreed.
And to go back actually to your music, you just came out with a new single, Stay Away, which I listened to before the interview over the last few days. It's amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
So what's the story behind that one? Like, kind of give some like info about it.
So this song is called Stay Anyway, and it's basically about staying in a relationship that is actually bad for you, but for some reason you stay anyway. And you don't really know why. It's either because like you love the person too much or you're just used to the routine, but for some reason you stay anyway. And this song, it's like the same thing for me. Actually, no, this song was a little different, so I will tell you about it. This kind of gets more into music technicality, so I'm gonna try to explain this from a non-musician standpoint so everyone can kind of understand. But I was in a guitar lesson, and in a key you have a certain amount of chords, and when you start from a certain number, like from a certain chord, it will have a different sound. And so my guitar teacher noticed that when I write my songs, I typically start from the same sound. And so he challenged me to start from a different chord, which would lead to a different kind of sound. And I said, you know what? Okay, I'm going to try that. And so I did, and I used a different chord that I normally don't start with, and I built off of that. And then it just everything just started popping in my head, and I started with these chords, and then I had this melody, and then I just started writing the lyrics, and it was all like as easy as one, two, three. So it
Mhm.
actually came from a guitar lesson, and I did learn a lot from it, and a song came out of it, and it
Mhm.
ended up
It feels like
great
it's always
eventually.
a guitar lessons or some sort of lesson for some apparent reason. I feel like when I'm doing an interview or something, all my ideas pop up there or
It's
something. It's always something.
maybe when your brain is engaged, like it just starts like the creative process, I guess. I don't really know, but you're
Like
so
it's always
right.
something that clicks in your brain.
Exactly. But this is a very special song for me, and yeah.
Like where can people listen to it if people like want to listen to it?
It's everywhere. If you listen to music on YouTube, it's on YouTube. If you listen on Spotify, it's on Spotify. It's on Apple Music. It's on Amazon Music. It's really everywhere. If you just search up my name, Francesca Tarantino, all of my songs will pop up, probably with that one first because it's the most recent, or just search up Stay Anyway.
Oh, perfect. I also put in description for people that want to check it out as well. So either way, you'll find it, people. So the last thing I want to ask you before we wrap up is, when someone listens to your music for the first time, like, what do you hope sticks with them in the moment?
Well, with my lyrics, I always write about things that have either happened in my life or things that other people can relate to. So I hope when other people listen, they hear these experiences that I've had and they relate it to something that's happened to them and they realize that they're not alone and everyone goes through similar things and they get through it. And sometimes they even turn into something beautiful, like a song or a story or a painting or a I don't know what else, but it can always turn into something beautiful, although it may be hard in the moment, but it always turns out okay. And I think that's probably the main story I want people to hear is that they're not alone.
I love that. Like first, like I feel like that's really what anyone wants as a creator or something is that they feel less alone. Whether
Agreed.
it's mental health, music wise, or whatever, I feel like a lot of artists write based off of personal experiences rather than something fake, if that
I
makes sense.
agree. And sometimes you can even tell when it's fake, like if it's
No, you can
coming from
definitely tell.
something
I
that
can
you weren't
even tell
mental.
sometimes like that.
Exactly. That's why it's so much more real when it just comes from your heart and something that's happened to you. I love that.
Exactly. And I think that is the most perfect way to wrap this up. I really appreciate you, Francesca, for coming on again. I loved having you on again. It's been so long, and I really appreciate you coming on and taking time with us today.
Thank you for having me. I always have so much fun with you. Thank you.
Same here. And thank you everyone for listening. Make sure to like, subscribe, review, and also listen to her new song that I put in the description. I'll talk to you guys very soon.